Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the brand new tutorial series we're starting to do here. You guys seem to like the last one, so we're gonna do it again, and we're gonna run this series into the ground, and we're gonna keep milking it until we inevitably hate it, and so do you guys, and what once made it good, unique, and special will eventually be our Achilles heel that we grow to hate. Right off the rip, fuck tutorial series. They're lame, they're gay, censor me saying the G word. Tutorials are fucking mind-numbingly boring, made by the worst people ever. You guys are here, you guys are getting the best information. You guys are gonna become the greatest artists, and you know what? We're gonna have fun along the way. We're not gonna be so autistic that I don't know where I'm going with it. In today's episode, we're gonna be going over viewer or fan submissions for Blender tutorials. So let's do that right now.
Actually, we got some mail today, Carlos.
What the
I forgot to tell you about this until now, and I think this might be something.
Guys, do you see that? What is this?
I think this might be a letter from one of our viewers.
What the? We got a letter from our viewers? Would you look at that? It's a handwritten letter from one of our fans. And it reads, from Kay. Hello. I'd like to see how you make clothes and make textures for your characters in general. I'd also like to see how you model hair for both boys and girls. Oh, also, do you have any tips for making smoke in Blender? I've tried other tutorials, but I failed. I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong. These are just ideas, so I hope you don't feel pressured to do them. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Smiley place. Smiley place. From K Planet. Well, Kay, thank you for writing in this lovely letter. P.O. box down below. It'd be really sick if we actually got people to send in physical letters, they have to pay $3 to actually just reach us. It takes a month and a half to get here. But thank you so much for doing that. I don't have much time. We have to do this really fast. I have other shit to do after this, so. We're gonna make some clothing textures. I think the best thing to make would probably be a t-shirt or something. I feel like shirt, it has a torso, it has arms, so it is a bit of modeling, and then the texture work is generally pretty simple, so I think doing that would pair very nicely with the other tutorial where we made a shoe. So then you'll have a shoe and then a torso, and that's half of a character right there. So you guys are almost ready to make your own characters. Okay, if you're making a character and you're okay, I need a shirt, you can't not have a body or whatever. Very first thing you're gonna have to do is make your texture. Actually, you could just model it first and then make your textures afterwards. What do you think we should do, Tyler? Should we model it first or should we make textures?
Textures.
Textures?
Model it.
Model it? Okay, let's...
Because I didn't like how you said texture.
Okay, let's model it. That's a great suggestion. So we're gonna hop in the Blender. We have OBS this time. Last time, people were complaining that we didn't have OBS. So this time we're gonna have OBS, and you guys are gonna be able to follow along, and I'm gonna explain it, and you guys are gonna be able to do this too. Shout out the guy who complained about the OBS thing.
Yeah, shout out that guy. Shout out that guy that the top comment on the video that he made was about, can you please screen record? Thank you for saying please. We appreciate you, and because you said please, we're gonna use OBS this time. Now, if everything I just said is redundant because the same issue occurs and we do the same thing again, I don't wanna hear any complaints from you. Not because I don't like you or anything, just because I don't like the fact that you're on our ass about this because we're trying hard.
You said that like a Baltimore accent.
Hard.
We're trying hard here. Let's just pull up a reference first. So rather than having to make it from memory and kind of guess what's going on, I'm gonna make it using a reference I got here. Look at this. Wait, let me put wireframe on. Oh, and screencast. So you guys can see all the button inputs. Look at this. This is kind of crazy. Like, this is really high topology now that I look about it. So look at this. This is gonna be our reference. Doesn't this look nice? We have an OBS, so hopefully you guys can see it actually for real this time. Okay, this is fine. This is what we're aiming for, okay? We're gonna make it probably close to half the amount of topology. We're gonna try to keep it relatively PS1, PS2 kind of resolution topology. We're not gonna go crazy ham and add a million bagillion loop cuts. We're gonna make it like somewhat efficient. So first things first, we're gonna start with our nice little torso here. I'm gonna set up our cylinder. Tyler, what are you doing? And hold up, ready? Boom. Just like this, just like this, and we're done. See, isn't that simple? Look at that, we already have our shirt. This is amazing. So very first thing I did, I threw down a cylinder. I split that shit in half by deleting the vertices. And then I threw on a mirror modifier. Now, mirror modifier, if you guys don't know this, mirror modifier will copy anything you do on one side to the other. So, in short, you basically only have to do half the work. So whatever I do on this side here, it's gonna show up on the left side. And this is really good for characters, especially, it's just good for modeling in general, because you don't have to worry about every single fucking vertice at once. You only have to worry about half of them, and that's gonna speed up your workflow. So use the mirror modifier as much as you can get away with. So off rip, this does not look like a body. We're gonna make this a lot skinnier. We're gonna add another loop cut. This doesn't look right. Oh. My problem is I'm so overthinking it because I want it to be like really good. Doesn't matter at all. It's gonna look bad, but that's okay. Isn't that the beauty of learning? That you're gonna suck shit at first, but then you get good. And that's where I want you guys to go. And if you continue to watch this series, you're gonna blossom into a beautiful, amazing, talented artist. We're gonna call this a shoulder. Gonna go like this. Something else I'm fucking up here is I need a loop cut down the middle so I can do something like this. We're in the thick of it right now, kind of like that KSI song. Do you remember 2016 YouTube diss tracks? Do you remember those?
Yeah, they were pretty awesome.
Do you remember Rice Gum?
I love Rice Gum.
Shout out Rice Gum.
Pretty sure he does like crypto.
I wouldn't be surprised. I feel like half those guys are kind of doing that right now. Like Logan Paul made a shit coin. Jake Paul made a shit coin.
Yeah, but he's a boxer.
Yeah, it's true. He's actually a WWE superstar, or his brother Logan is.
Yeah, so it's not even like you're not even making a shit coin. You're just like making something awesome.
You're just making cool stuff. All right, we're getting somewhere. This feels like a shirt. Actually, let's look at our reference here. What's going on? We'll bring this over here. We're gonna lower it. My shoulders are fucking broad as hell. God damn. I'm gonna bring this in. I'm gonna make this a little longer. We're gonna add another loop cut. So we're gonna add a little bit of this. We're pretty much done. Guys, look at that. What did that take us? 27 minutes? How have we been recording for 27 minutes? This is bad. I gotta fucking hurry up. All right, locking in, guys. You guys can just watch. I'm not gonna explain everything. I know this is a tutorial, but I'm not gonna explain everything. Like, what are you guys, babies? What, you guys can't keep up or follow? What's going on here? I feel like that's close. That's not bad. What did I do on this one? This topology is so garbage. There's so much going on here. Honestly, how are we feeling? Maybe a little out. Oh, here's another thing. When it comes to men and female torsos, we're gonna start with these fellas here. Okay, so generally speaking, when you're making a fella, when you're making a handsome man, a handsome young, I almost said young boy, I wasn't trying to say that. When you're making a fella, usually their back is going to be out further, like this. Is it like this? Hold on, let me set this up. No, I think I'm making a woman. No, I think this is guys. Guys typically have like big ass fucking backs. So it kind of looks like that. And then ladies, this is for the ladies out there. The ladies kind of have this thing going on. So hold on, I could pull out my little pen here. We're gonna make it big, we're gonna lock it, we're gonna make it bigger. Okay, so fellas kind of got this thing going on, little S. And ladies, they kind of have like a reverse S. Wait, are these I think I just made the same curves. Oh yeah, but they also have a chest. Guys don't. Guys, you give them concave chest. So ladies, you do this. Fellas, you do this. Unless they're fucking strong as shit. Okay, is my point getting across? Yeah, I think that makes sense. Like, you would assume this is a lady, and you'd assume this is a fella, right? Tyler, what do you think?
I assume that's a lady and a fella. It looks like wizards.
Oh, it kind of does.
Looks like cloaks.
Anyways, I just wanted to share that. So for our example here, we gotta give a little bit of back to our dude. How does this look? Low key, might be able to just start adding texture in a second. I'm gonna cut through here like this, like this. I'm gonna lower these to give like better shoulders. Yeah, that looks fine. This looks good. All right, I think this is probably good enough to start texturing. Actually, I'm gonna make the arms right now. Let's make a pair of arms for our shirt. Cause what is this? A shorts? What is this? What's the deal with short sleeve shirts? So another cylinder. We're gonna make it 5 faces. We're gonna make it smaller. We're gonna spin it 90 degrees. We're gonna put it here, a little smaller, and then we're gonna make it longer. Looks about right. We're gonna split it probably here. Bring it in, add another loop cut here. We're gonna merge all these at the center, so it makes a nice little point. And we're gonna shove this in the arm, like that. This is kind of like your shoulder area. Another loop cut. All right, yep. This, another loop cut there. Make this a little smaller, put it in here. Do I want cuffs? Yes. That looks like an arm. Looks kind of shitty, but I think that could work. Oh, I need loop cuts for the elbow bend. I'm gonna drag these in. Yup, this looks good. All right, everyone, and look at that. We have a torso and we have an arm sleeve. It looks shit right now. That's just because it's not textured. So we're gonna do that. And also, something we could do, why would we model our arm twice when we could just duplicate it and mirror it? Check that out. Now we have 2 arms and we only had to model 1. Isn't that cool? We're going to actually apply all the transforms, Command A, and then we can mirror from global, and boom, check that out. Is this not straight? No, it's straight. Okay, now we're ready to make textures. This is what you guys are all here for. We're definitely gonna have to cut out like 20 fucking minutes of this. So what's gonna happen is you're probably just gonna grab a shirt, you're gonna slap a bunch of different angles of it together, and then you're either gonna project from view onto your model, or if you're cool and awesome and handsome or whatever, you're gonna stencil paint it. But here's a little bit of little bit of sauce for you guys. So let me show you guys some textures I've made personally. You guys are gonna see this and you guys are gonna love it. Check this out. Let's go shirts, shirts chill. Now, look at all of these textures I've made of shirts. So normally, people are probably gonna do something similar to this, where it's just the front, it's the back, and if you're fancy and you know what you're doing, you can blend them together. We'll just use this as an example. This is probably what you're gonna have. Where is it? I just had it. So you're probably gonna have a front and the back side of a shirt. I'll add this longer sleeves later. So you got these here. The best thing you could do is essentially blend these two textures together. So after you merge them, okay, let's go through the whole process. Like this, like this. All right, once you have your two shirts and you're ready to start making it a texture, you line them up and then you merge them into a smart object. This just allows you to make like changes later or whatever. We're gonna rasterize it, which unsmart objects it, but it merges it together. Next, all we have to do is blend our two textures together. So we're gonna grab a little bit from each side like this, like that. We're going to go to edit and then content aware fill. And look at that, it merged our two textures together. Isn't that cool? Isn't that sick? You didn't have to spend 20 minutes making this. Isn't AI awesome? So this is usually what I do when I'm trying to make a stencil. It looks a little weird here. It repeats a bit here. If you wanted to, you can. You getting bored there? So yeah, using Photoshop's built-in content aware fill will save you a lot of time instead of having to manually fill in all the blanks. If you're not happy with how something generates, like over here it's a little blurred and smudgy or whatever, you can just, where is it? There's a clone tool. So I'll grab this bad boy, grab a section here, set it to destination. So wherever you put this, it will just copy the texture and pattern from somewhere else. So I could go this. There you go. That looks like more natural. It blends together a bit. This is a little blurry, so maybe I'll grab some from here. Put that over here. It doesn't blend very well, but you get the idea. You can clean up your textures. If you bring it into Photoshop, use content aware fill, it'll fill in your in-between spaces for your textures, making it one big texture, which is just helpful for both unwrapping and then also for stenciling. So if I had my UV unwrapped like super well, proper, this would be fucking perfect for it. So then I could just slap it on and it would be nice and easy. It's time to texture our character, it's time to texture our shirt. Let's do that right now. Let's bring it in. Let's go to Blender, add a material, we have to unwrap our texture first. Remember from the first video, we showed you guys how to do that. So I'm just gonna wrap it from the back here like this. Oops. Actually, probably just not down the middle. I don't wanna do the whole thing. That would be silly. Maybe like this. Mark seam. What happens if I unwrap it? Interesting. Where's the front? What am I looking at? What the shit? Wait, hold up. Let me make it a full mesh first. Why does it look like this? Hold up. What's my unwrap on here? Oh yeah, I just island projected it. How the fuck do you do a proper unwrap? File, append. How do I do this? All right, straight down the back. Then I cut out a middle piece. Wait a second. What if I just do this? Get rid of that. Clear this. Unwrap. Hey, there we go. Look at that, perfectly unwrapped. So our chest is right in the middle here. All right, let's add our arm to this. So We're gonna unwrap that quickly like this, just a seam down the back. Oh. That, mark seam, unwrap. And that looks kind of gross. So let's add this too. Mark seam, unwrap. Much better, okay. Look at this. I'm not gonna spend forever lining up all the seams and shit, but can we combine them together? Making our arm smaller. This. There you go. Now they all share the same UV texture atlas space. So rather than having a torso texture and then also an arm sleeve texture, we can fit it all onto one image or one texture, which just keeps everything clean and actually is going to save us a lot of time. So let's start texturing it now. We're going to add an image texture. We're going to name it tutorial shirt. Make the alpha black. Switch here. Whoa, you see how laggy this is? What the hell? Why is it so laggy? Connect it. Oops, I need a U in tutorial. Embarrassing. Okay. Hold up. One second, I gotta take this. Hello? So, we're gonna make a stencil really quickly. And if you don't know how to make a stencil, you can either watch someone else's tutorial or the tutorial we made last time where I did show you how to make a stencil. So we're gonna do that real quick. We're gonna texture paint and just explain how to make it again.
No, just don't talk and do it really fast. Wait, restart.
Yeah, go as fast as I can.
Don't do it really fast and I'll speed ramp it.
Ready?
Go.
Go.
Fuck, misclick. Go. Get rid of this. Gonna speed up you talking to, so it's just like, so it's just like.
All right. So I know I made that beautiful blue shirt texture. I actually want to use this texture because it looks really cool. And I like this shirt. So we're gonna use this. So we're gonna line it up. Since we have it beautifully unwrapped, we could probably just start. We're gonna make it a little skinnier. Paint it right on there. Whoa, what's going on here? Oh, this isn't unwrapped. Fun fact, I don't know if you guys know this, but if you have two meshes with the exact same topology, so let's say you mirror something. In this case, I mirrored my arm, but I didn't unwrap it properly. So it's all fucked up. But cool little trick, little thing you could do is if you click your mesh with the fucked up UVs, and then you click the one with the good UVs, like this, then if you do Command L, pulls up a link transfer data menu. This little thing is pretty fun. So if you go to the bottom, right around here, there's something called copy UV maps. So if I click it, boom, it will copy the same UV layout as the last selected mesh or object. So that's really nice, especially if you're like a hand, for example. This is like the only example I could think of because it was such a pain in the ass. A hand that has like a lot of points and vertices or whatever. So if you spend like 15 minutes adjusting the UVs on a mesh, and then you're like, I'm gonna kill myself, I have to redo all that work, you can just copy the UV data. Boom, just like that. Save yourself a lot of time, save yourself a lot of grief. Anyways, let's get back to painting the shirt. So right now, I'm just painting it on. This looks pretty good. Let me cut to a side angle, something like this. Ew, what are you doing over there? Anyways, we're gonna do this. We're gonna rotate it a little bit. We're gonna paint on the side, like this. Actually, you could probably use the back like that, maybe. Go back here. Oh, also another thing. Maybe you're really new to Blender and you don't know this, but 1 on the number pad is the front view. 3 is the side view. 7 is the top view. So I spam these all the time, like this. So another thing is if you do Command 1, it's the front view, but 180 reversed. So 3 would be the right side, Command 3 would be the left side. Same thing with 7 is the top, Command 7 is the bottom. This is really nice, especially when you're trying to get precise. Like, you basically can't line up the camera like 100% flat or whatever if you're spinning it. So 1, 3, and 7 are really clutch because you can get perfect angles like this. So we're gonna paint the front here. We hit 3 to paint the side. So we'll just paint the side like this. Command 3 to paint the other side like this. And then Command 1 to paint the back like this. And look at that. Holy moly. This shit is textured and ready to go. We have a shirt. We can do the same for the arms. So let's click on those, texture those in, spin our texture around. Oh, also, I didn't explain this last time. If you're making a stencil and you're like, how is he moving it? How is he doing all this? So right click will move your stencil around. If you hold, for me it's Option. For me it's Control button. If you hold Control and then use your right click, you can spin it around. And then if you hold Shift and right click, you can scale it. So that's just how I'm moving it around, if you didn't know that. So anyways, we're gonna spin it, slap it like this. This is probably good. Paint it on. And look at that. Since they have the same UVs, I'm instantly painting the other side too at the same time. I'm gonna paint that in like this. Command 7 for the bottom. Command 1. It's gonna be backwards, but who cares? That's fine. I'm gonna isolate it. Paint that in. Paint this in. We're gonna paint in a hand here. We're gonna make it a little darker, like this. A little darker. Lower the strength, like this. That's probably fine. Bring this back up, bring this back up. Guys, look, we did it. Holy shit. We made a shirt. So there it is. There you have it. That's how you make a model, and that's how you texture it. All you need is some pictures. You need Photoshop to blend them together if you have that. If you don't have Photoshop, that's fine. You could use like Krita or some free alternative, or you can rip Adobe software. Sorry we didn't get to every single topic. I rambled too much and I lost my train of thought. Be sure to check out the Patreon for probably more thought out and well done tutorials. Also, I am doing one-on-one private lessons and consulting. I work a lot better in a one-on-one setting than a trying to be funny on camera setting. So it's bi-weekly, 1 hour calls for Blender, for After Effects, for whatever you're trying to get better at that I'm like okay at. And if you need someone to help you with it. With that being said, again, thank you guys for watching the video. Check out the Patreon. Shout out Nuck and Brofist.